Hi, and welcome to Talking Small Press Comics, episode number 73, with me, Larned Justin, and normally Steve Keeter. But Steve is getting ready for a long, or I don't know how long exactly, but a extensive vacation out of the country, at least a couple of weeks. So he's preparing for that right now, and he's extremely busy. Apparently there's a lot to, taking a vacation like that. So that's what Steve is doing. So I am filling in by myself until he gets back, which will be toward the end of September. So wanted to give you that update. That's one reason for doing this. Let you know what's going on. But we also have a couple things we can look at. And one of them is, speaking of Steve, is the United Fanzine Organization newsletter, and TF. That's what I call it because the name is rather complicated. But anyway, that's what this is, and the newsletter here is 60 pages, so it's really got a lot of info in it. All of the members do reviews of all of the new comics. So each member gives his thoughts on the new comics that have been released for members of the group. All the members of the group have to do a comic, I think at least once a year. And when they release a new one, everybody reviews it. And so there's a lot in here, 60 pages. And I don't know the cost of this, but I think if you contact Steve before he leaves, which would be early in September, he's going to be leaving, I'm sure he could get you a copy. So keep that in mind if you want to find out about comics. And some of these we may have reviewed here. I don't know exactly, but you'll get some great opinions on comics if you get one of these. So I wanted to do that. Also, our great friend Steve Willis has Cranium Frenzy number 37 out. But you may notice this is the first time I've ever seen Steve do one that doesn't say Cranium Frenzy on the cover. What this is, it's very unusual. So let me see if I can explain it. It's called Cultural Countdown, and it starts with number 100, and it gives you a little cartoon about, for instance, the number 100. It gives you a little cartoon about the number 100. Like the first one I will read to you: 100 Years' War, 1337 to 1453. Strictly speaking, it was intermittent for 116 years. But so the first one is 100 Years' War. The second one is 99 bottles of beer on the wall. And the third one is the 98 Oldsmobile, or number 98 Oldsmobile. And this is filled with those kind of little cartoons all the way to 0. So you start at 100, and on the last page you come up with 0. Now, the interesting thing about the cover is, if I can do this, I'm going to show you that almost everybody on this cover is inside the book. Also, there are some people on the cover that aren't in the book, a very few, but there's also some people in the book that are not on the cover, so it's both ways. So I made this little sheet up. I'm going to try and show you this, where I identified a lot of the people on the cover. So you can play your own game with this if you get this issue, because I didn't do them all, but I did quite a few. And you can find them in here. Now I'm going to post this by itself in this video so that you can kind of see who's on the cover and see how Steve did it. very, very cool, very different, and Steve is always very different. And as always, you can't buy the issue. You have to either send a trade to get this to Steve Willis, or you have to send stamps or something like that. I think he prefers a trade, but you can't buy it. There's no price, so you can't buy it. What you want to do is just send him one of your comics if you're a creator, or you want to send him a letter, or you want to send him some stamps so that he can keep doing this. And once he gets you on his mailing list, you're on it. So he will mail you a Cranium Frenzy every time he produces one. And this is number 37, as I said. So that is what's going on here right now. So I have asked a couple of people if they would be interested in helping out while Steve's gone, and we will see what happens. Some of them are busy, and you know, everybody's busy. So I don't know if we'll have anybody on with me. I'm going to try to, and until Steve gets back. But so I'm going to say so long for now, and we will be back shortly. Either Steve and I, or me and somebody else, or just me. Anyway, thank you for watching.